Hello, Frank.
Well, hello, stranger.
I hoped I might catch you here.
Glad to see you, Tom. Say, what's the idea of joyriding around the new tractor?
Charlie Curtis just bought this.
Oh, did he? Good for him.
I was just delivering it as I was passing by. I thought I'd drop in and see you. When are you going to trade yours in for one like it, Frank?
Why, Tom, why in heck should I want to buy a new tractor? Mine's working just as good as it did when I bought it.
The new Farmall's got a lot, Frank.
Say, there ain't a tractor on the market that'll run any prettier than my baby. I'll bet she's good for another 10 years.
Let's see. It's about 10 years old now, isn't it?
Sure, but I had new cylinders and pistons put in a couple of years ago, and she runs as good as new. Now, why would I want another one like it when this one's in perfect condition?
Well, I'm not talking about another one like it. I'm talking about a much better tractor.
Better? Well, isn't that about the same size as mine?
Well, same size, yes. But it's a lot more tractor.
Well, it don't look much different than mine.
It has a lot more power and a lot of improvements that you don't have on yours. And this tractor is easier to handle. It'll do about 50% more work in a day, and do it cheaper, too.
Well, still looks pretty much the same to me.
Well, you're right about general appearance, Frank. But years ago, when the Harvester engineers produced the first successful all-purpose tractor, doggone it, they designed it right. There's no need to keep changing its appearance. Doesn't it stand to reason that the men who were years ahead of all the others at the start would keep the Farmall ahead?
Well,
they've made important improvements in the Farmall every year. This one is a far better machine in a flock of ways than the one you have. It's just a lot more tractor, that's all. Let's have a look at the engine. Now, fundamentally, it's the same as yours, only it has a lot more power. Enough to let you pull 3 bottoms under most conditions. That's practically giving you 50% more tractor, isn't it?
That's much more, eh?
Absolutely. Now, this manifold is entirely different from yours. It has a heat control on it that gives you a cool manifold so that you can burn gasoline efficiently if you want to use it, or a hot manifold so that you can get economy on distillate that no tractor can beat.
Old man Prentice was telling me something about that the other day.
Right. Now, this fan belt is of the V type. Yours is flat. It won't slip, it can't run off, and it'll last longer. And this air cleaner is quite a bit larger and more efficient than yours.
Well, from the amount of dirt that I take out of mine every day during the dusty season, I don't see how an air cleaner could catch any more.
Well, yours is a good air cleaner, Frank. The best there was when that tractor was built. But take it from me, the company's engineers have made some wonderful improvements in air cleaners in the last few years. Here, let's take a look at some of these other things. Now, this seat is bigger, deeper, and more comfortable than yours, and is mounted on a safety support.
Yeah. Say, this steering wheel's made out of some sort of rubber composition, ain't it?
Yes, and it's far more comfortable to handle than your metal one. These foot brakes are another good feature.
Foot brakes?
Yeah.
What for?
Well, they're mighty convenient when you're using rubber tires, especially with the higher speeds that this 4-speed transmission will give you. By the way, you have your choice of 4 different transmissions on this tractor. Each of them has 4 speeds. When you bought yours, there was only one 3-speed transmission available.
Mm-hmm. Say, Prentice mentioned something else. Something about how easy it is to get different tread widths.
Yes, these wheels, they have a lot of advantages. You can get any tread you want from 68 to 96 inches by 4-inch steps.
How?
Well, here, I can show you what I mean by this diagram here. Now, the rims can be bolted onto the wheels in 4 different positions, and the wheels themselves can be mounted on the tractor in 2 different positions, giving you practically any tread you'll ever need for cultivating a variety of crops and row widths. And when you're plowing, it's easy to move the wheels in so that the plow can be pulled from center of draft, giving you a better job of plowing and lower fuel consumption.
Quite a neat arrangement, that.
Neat? Say it's perfect. Another thing you like about these wheels is the fact that they have considerable extra weight built into them. You know, with rubber, you must have more weight than with steel wheels to get good traction. These wheels have about 50% more weight built into them than one set of ordinary wheel weights will give. Then, they're designed to take ordinary wheel weights in case you want additional weight. And over here is an oil filter. That's regular equipment, which wasn't on your tractor. And here is a dandy magneto that's a big improvement over the old one. It has an automatic impulse starter. It doesn't require tripping every time you start, as your old one does.
Here's something that's not on mine. What is it?
Well, that's a variable governor. Now, your governor will control the speed of the engine only at one point. This one will control the engine speed wherever you want it, from 975 to 1,200 revolutions per minute. Yet it will give full open throttle at any intermediate speed when the load calls for it. Now, this means that the tractor is capable of pulling its maximum load at any of these engine speeds. And this is mighty convenient when you want to cultivate slowly, as you usually do the first time over. Now, the governor will give you any speed you want. And there'll be no tendency for the engine to stall, for its pulling ability is such that it will actually pull more pounds on the drawbar as the engine speed is reduced down to 975 RPM.
Well, I can see where that'd come in mighty handy.
Right. And here's another point. Now, this steering mechanism is far better than yours. Instead of the open bevel gears, now this one has an irreversible worm and worm gear. Now, this worm holds the wheels wherever you want them. And even if the wheels hit a stone or a hole, you won't feel it on the steering wheel. That makes this tractor far easier to handle than yours. Now, this is all enclosed with a rawhide seal that keeps the dust out and the oil in. I don't think it'll ever wear enough to develop any play, but if it does, you won't have to buy any new parts. Only part of the gear is being used. You can simply take it off, turn it part way around, put it on again, and you have new gear teeth working against the worm.
That radiator shutter looks pretty good.
Yes, that's another feature that your tractor doesn't have. And it sure is worthwhile. It can be opened or closed from the tractor seat. You have a heat indicator right in front of you to show you how hot the water is. You can get better fuel and oil economy on cool days if you'll keep the shutter almost closed. An engine shouldn't run too cool, you know.
I didn't realize there had been so many improvements in the Farmall. Well, my old tractor running as good as it is, I can't afford to throw it away, even to get a much better one.
Well, of course you can't afford to throw it away. You don't need to. There are plenty of farmers who would be glad to buy your tractor at a fair price. Fellows that haven't as much work as you do and can't afford a new one. There's always a good demand for second-hand Farmalls, and they bring better prices than any other tractor because they're so popular. There's plenty of reason why Farmalls outsold all other makes of all-purpose tractors combined.
Tom, just supposing, now, mind you, I didn't say I will, or even might, but just supposing I should get one of these new Farmall 20s. Now, what would it cost me with the cultivator and mower attachment?
What do you want with another cultivator and mower? Yours are in pretty good shape, aren't they?
Oh, sure they are. And they wouldn't fit this Farmall, would they?
They certainly will. That's one thing the Harvester Company has always done. Looked after the customer's interests, and when it changed or improved machines. Well, they don't expect a fellow to sacrifice his old equipment when he wants to get a later model tractor. All the direct connected machines for the early Farmalls will fit the latest Farmall 20.
Well, then all I'd have to get would be the tractor itself.
That's right, Frank.
Oh, shucks, you'll have me dickering for a trade here in a few minutes. You better beat it down to Charlie's and deliver your tractor.
Okay, Frank, I'll go, but I'll be back with another one just like it. You better have your trading clothes on, too, because I think I know where I can place your old Farmall. And I'm going to show you right here on your own farm that in this Farmall 20, the Harvester engineers have made the best tractor better.